And welcome back to yet another edition of State of the Art with Chris Beaudry here on 95.3 FM, 1400 AM, good company, WILI. It's so nice to be here, and boy, is it frigid out there. I hope everybody is staying warm and maybe running your pipes, trickling your faucet there to avoid freezing pipes, because, boy, that can be disastrous. But there are a lot of great things going on around town that I would like to go over that would warm your days and nights here, and a lot of which are happening at the River Room. So we'll talk about a few of those things. We also have a special guest in the house. We're talking about state of the arts in culture in town here, and we have a gentleman who has been on the scene and producing some prolific art in all different mediums, from caricatures to painting to music and poetry and writing and everything in between. Of course, I'm speaking of the one and only Bill Dougal. We'll have him on in about 10 minutes. He's here. But first, as I promised, there's a lot going on at the River Room, and a lot of it is for folks to experience different things to warm the heart, warm the soul, and warm the body as well. We have a pop-up tango class we just announced. Matt Rupar's eyes just lit up. I think he's going to enroll right now. Look at that. He's on his phone.
I'm on my way.
He's pushing purchase tickets. Oh, my God. But our dance instructor, in-house dance instructor at the River Room, super talented, a great instructor, gets people engaged at all levels. He can teach anybody from teenager all the way through 100 years old. He's Oswaldo Tirano. We decided, there's a little lull in our 6-week dance courses. We completed our third session of dance classes at the River Room 6-week session, and we have a little lull in December that we needed to fill with something. So we're doing 2 tango workshops. Oswaldo alludes to a little bit of the tango moves, Argentinian tango, in his classes, but this is exclusively about the tango. So they are Wednesdays, December 10th and Wednesday, December 17th. Each night is a 2-hour session from 6 to 8 p.m., a very modest cost of $30. Typically, the dance drop-ins cost $15 for an hour, so $30 for a 2-hour session. And that's give or take. If the mood and the atmosphere and the music is jumping, then I'm sure Oswaldo could stretch that a little bit. But 6 to 8 p.m., Wednesdays, December 10th and 17th. Information on the tango pop-up workshops can be found at riverroomwillie.com. We have some great music coming up, a doubleheader weekend. It seems to be a trend in the month of December. We had a marvelous doubleheader weekend last weekend with the Community Paranda and Holiday Sing-Along. Thank you to everybody who participated and helped make that a reality. Ruth Hartunian Allenbaugh and Kathleen Thompson were absolutely fantastic in running, I believe it was their 4th installment of the Holiday Sing-Along. Last year in 2024, they held it at Schaefer Auditorium on the Eastern Connecticut State University campus. However, there was some scheduling conflict that it couldn't work out there this year, but I'm so glad that we were able to make it work at the River Room. So that was from 7 to 9. And then the Community Paranda, if you go on Facebook and you check out some videos, I believe the Willimantic Latino Lions Club and the Wyndham Latino Chamber of Commerce, they posted some great videos. Thank you to the participants, led, of course, by the great Arnaldo Rivera of Bente 2, a very popular band here in Willimantic area, and then Dr. Carlos Rivera, no relation of the two, but Dr. Carlos Rivera, of course, an elementary music educator at the Natchog School and a lauded elementary music educator. I believe he won Teacher of the Year, or was honored with Teacher of the Year very recently, and you can tell why. I mean, he's so engaging with the students. Again, there's videos that he puts out of his students performing on YouTube. So thank you to those two gentlemen, and then everybody else who participated on the musical side, but also the organizational side, and then, of course, the restaurants and Main Street businesses and nonprofits that participated. Let me see if I can recall them all. We started out at Garibaldi's Mexican restaurant on North Street. We went over to Kerry Gallery, Kerry Quirk Studios on Main Street, then Willimantic Brewing Company. Then we swung around the other side of Main Street to Rosa Gallo's Kitchen, Willie Scoops, and finally Spiral Arts and Trigo Pizza. So 7 locations on the Paranda, and again, a Paranda is basically a Latin American Hispanic caroling tradition that is very popular in Puerto Rico. So even though the temperatures didn't even break 25 degrees, I think that was the high that night. So of course, I had to equip the Paranda folks with hand warmers and a little Irish cream liqueur there to warm their bodies and their souls. as they made their way around Willimantic. But some great video, just so well received. Thank you to all, again, those businesses and business owners for being so receptive. And I think we've started a resurgence of an old tradition that had happened in years past here in Willimantic, but so great to bring it back. That was on Friday of last week, and then Saturday we had Dan Moretti and Brasilia at the River Room. Of course, Dan, the saxophonist in the horn sections of Ray Charles and Aretha Franklin, and he brought the heat to the Willimantic scene, to the River Room, a sold-out crowd. So much fun. Just a great night of music, great weekend of music and community. And we're doing it all again this weekend. On Friday, we have Danny Dreyer and his trio, organ, drums, and guitar trio. And Danny was a referral from the great David Lefty Foster. Thank you, Lefty, for opening your book of contacts with such fantastic talent. We can't wait to welcome Mr. Dreyer to the River Room for his debut performance. Tickets are still available for the performance at riverroomwillie.com. And then on Saturday, we have our second installment of a dance social, Latin dance social to be specific. What that is basically is an event where folks come and it's just a dance hall basically. But what sets this one apart, what sets this one different from the first one we did on Halloween is we are having a live Latin band. As I mentioned, Arnaldo Rivera, part of the Paranda, is going to be bringing his Bentetu band to the River Room. And you know that poses a unique challenge to me if you've ever been to the River Room, because that stage isn't the biggest stage in town. And so to fit a 10-piece, yes, you heard it right, folks, a 10-piece Latin band on that stage is going to be a challenge, but one that will be certainly worth it when you hear the music. And the Latin Dance Social #2 happens this Saturday. $20 gets you in. 2.5 hours of dancing to live music. And of course, our in-house dance instructor, Oswaldo Tirano, will be there and probably lead the group in a move or two. He did that during the Halloween dance social, and it was received again so well. So we're looking forward to that. And then finally, our final performance of 2025. Hard to believe we're already making our way into 2026. What are your thoughts on that, Matt Rupar?
It's happening too quickly.
Tempus fugit, as they say.
Yeah.
In Latin, time flies.
Time flies.
Certainly the truth, because we have our final performance next week. That's December 20th. It is sold out, folks, so I won't go into too much detail because I don't want to, get your hopes up and then dash them by saying tickets aren't available, but they are sold out to the Charlie Brown Jazz Christmas at the River Room. If you're a fortunate few to have a ticket to the River Room, what you'll get is the Vince Guaraldi Book of Music from the Charlie Brown Christmas special, the beloved cartoon, and it's become a holiday tradition for myself to pump that record. Or if I had that on vinyl, I'd spin it out, right? I'd wear it out. But I love that music, and we have a great trio coming, led by Darren Litzy, who's a very accomplished pianist in the Connecticut area. Then Jared Cady on bass, and then Kevin, and his name is going to elude me. I'll have to find it for later. But he's a member of the SNL band. And has been playing with various bands of note, but it's a great ensemble. Going to be playing the music of Vince Guaraldi from A Charlie Brown Christmas, and so popular. I tried to get a second night, folks, but try as I might, bands are busy, especially during the holiday season. So we're going to have to roll with the one night this year, but next year definitely a two-nighter. So a lot's going on at the River Room. We do music, movement, and art. And we're here, folks, for basically to continue to bring great entertainment to Main Street Willimantic. It's been a heck of a ride this year. I thank everybody for making it so great this 2025 year. We're moving into 2026. In April, we turn 1, and it sounds like it's a ways away, but it's just around the corner. So, and we also do display local artists on the walls as well. And I'm just so proud to be a part of this endeavor with my great partner, Danny DeSouza of Spiral Art Studios, who we had on the show last week. Again, check her out at spiralartsstudio.com and go pay her a visit for all of your holiday shopping needs. A guy who may have something for all of your holiday shopping needs is here as well, because he's got his CD, he's got his book, and a few little goodies, little Easter eggs, as they call them, from around the studio. But he was on the Chamber Radio Hour last week, but he's making his rounds to all of the shows here on WILI. I would like to welcome multifaceted artist, Mr. Bill Dougal, to the show. Bill, how are you today?
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, what's going on, man? Tell us a little bit about. I mean, you are so varied in your prolific output here. Tell us a little bit about your history in the arts. What got you interested in all of the directions that you're taking your work? I mean, you literally do it all. I mean, I'm looking at things. So you pointed out when we came in the studio this amazing caricature of the great Wayne Norman. I mean, look at that. Look at that detail. How long has this been living here at the studio? When did you do this?
A few years ago.
Yeah.
Although like 20 years ago, I did a little black and white of him that was in your ads for many years.
Oh, nice. So tell us about your history in the arts. What got your creativity flowing? How you got to this point?
I always liked variety. And when I went to the Harvard Art School, they didn't make us major in something specific like painting. They said, well, pick 2D or 3D and do whatever you want. So anyway, I did some fake record album covers as an independent project there. Then in the 80s, I had a rock band in Hartford called Billy and the Buttons.
Okay.
All my own songs. And we even made some music videos. But my latest project is Songs About Art.
Yeah.
Which is, I've got 3 dozen songs about art on all the streaming services.
I'm going to have Matt hold this up to the camera. Songs About Art. That's the disc. And there's the...
Yep. Oh, turn that cover around.
Songs About Art Volume 1. Is this where we stand? Are you in the works for Volume 2? Or?
No, Volume 2 is up there also.
Okay.
My favorites are on Volume 1.
Okay.
And so these Songs About Art, they're on all the streaming services.
Oh, nice.
And Bandcamp also, of course. And this is part of a bigger project called Time for Art.
Time for Art. And here's the booklet. I'll have Matt hold it up to the camera there, front and back.
So I've got a book, Time for Art. You could order that on Amazon.
Okay.
But the biggest part of the project is my video series, Time for Art.
Yeah.
And I've got 17 half-hour videos. And
17 half-hour videos.
Yeah,
Okay.
They're on Amazon. They're a little hard to find, but if you search for Bill Dougal, Time for Art, Amazon Video, something like that, you may find it. And if you want to see a sample of it, my YouTube channel, Art Edutainment Guy.
ArtEdutainmentGuy.com or .org.
Well, it's a YouTube channel, so.
Oh, okay.
It's
Art
not a website.
Edutainment Guy.
Yeah, that's got samples of my kid stuff that involves comedy skits and music.
Yeah, there you are. And it looks like you got a decent following there, about 1,300 followers. So this sort of direction of your art, is this geared, I mean, edutainment, right? So you're looking to educate maybe a next generation of artists. Is that, would you say, one of the purposes of what you're doing here?
Yes. Yeah, I combine education and entertainment. And the entertainment involves my quirky sense of humor and my original music and my artwork. I illustrate the concepts with cartooning. And
are you trained in a background of art education, or is this just kind of a passion project of yours?
Yeah, I went to art school, and I've been a professional artist, advertising artist,
what was your major
illustrator.
at art school?
2D.
2D. Oh, nice. Okay.
And I've also taught. I taught at the ACT school for a while.
The Arts at the Capitol Theater right here in
and
Willimantic.
a few things.
Nice.
I never taught full time. I didn't want to because I had too many irons in the fire, and I didn't like working with the systems.
Yeah. All of the requirements in education, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I really like the idea of putting my education and entertainment into video formats because it's available all the time, everywhere.
Yeah. And speaking about available everywhere, I seem to, there's a thing called the frequency illusion. When you learn about something, you start seeing it everywhere. For instance, if you buy a red convertible, then you start seeing red convertibles. But I learned about Bill Dougal, and I realized he's everywhere. So you're at the Willimantic Third Thursday Street Festival. I saw you at the Farmer's Cow. They had a country fair kind of thing. Talk about your art in the community and on the road, and what you seek to accomplish and impart on people by being active in the community at these different events.
Well, I like to be creative, and I like to encourage people to be creative. I can do that in the videos.
Love it.
I'm trying to do more on digital and video medium these days. I still do in person.
And when you say
things.
more on digital medium, you mean putting your art that you make in the real world into the digital realm, right? You don't mean creating AI art or anything like that.
That's true.
Or do you?
No, I don't. Even when I illustrate by hand, even
Sure.
though I use technology to finish it off and process it sometimes. Even though that series of videos is all done, I thought I'd quit making videos, but I keep coming up with ideas. Like every other day, I'm writing another skit. So I've got my video guy, Brian Bellis, over at my house now. And when I get back, we're going to shoot 3 of those skits. I call them skits because they combine education and humor. And they got some pretty quirky concepts. I wrote one about a cowboy who delivers the weather when he has laryngitis, which is a weird concept. It's a type of crazy concept that would be a springboard for Whose Lines Is It Anyway?
Right. Oh, I love that show
then-
so much. The
then
British version and the English
So I do a lot
version.
of writing, even though I'm an artist.
I'm thinking, and J. Matt Rupar, tell me if this isn't possible. Can we get one of Bill's videos to, we'll play the audio on air, but then also we can sync the video, or maybe even just turn my screen to the camera so we can watch it?
If Bill sends me the video, I can put anything in the video.
They're on YouTube. But
Yeah, they're on
I
YouTube.
might be able to
why
take it
why
off
don't we just
YouTube.
aim the camera at this screen? I kind of want
Some of them are.
I want to
one
showcase a
is.
little bit. This is drawing, art, music, video. So the title of the video is drawing, and you're singing about drawing in the video. Is that?
Yep. Yeah, this one is especially good example of education. Some are a little more humorous.
Okay, so let's check out a little bit of your channel, and folks who want to do a deeper dive, again, the channel is Art Edutainment, which is all one word, edutainment.
Guy.
Entertainment and education, composite word there, Guy. Art Edutainment Guy.
That's
I
me.
just subscribed to it, all right? So you're +1 subscriber, already a successful day there.
Thank you, sir.
And we're going to play the song Drawing. And I'm going to turn the screen here so that folks watching this on YouTube after our live or pre-taped airing is this going to work here? Let's see. Can you get a close-up of that there, Matt? All right, let's hear Drawing by Bill Dougal.
The most basic form of art is drawing. Get a pencil, make your mark. Don't stop there, keep going on the way to completing your art. It may be a painting when it's done, but drawing is a way to start. Sometimes we doodle just for fun. Drawing can be its own work of art. A drawing starts with understanding the proportions of the object and what makes it unlike another thing. Find the unique character of your subject. An artist saw a cat, but he didn't see a cat. A circle and an oval's what he saw. He saw a top hat, but he didn't see a hat. Saw a rectangle and started to draw. Drawing, drawing, how I love to draw. Drawing, drawing, makes me say hurrah. When I think of drawing, it makes my heart go boing. A draw.
All right, well, we got a little taste of that one, and I see exactly what you mean by edutainment at this point, right? So, I mean, it's entertaining, it's well put together, it's well videotaped, it's well composed. Are those real instruments, or are you doing digital cues like samples?
Yeah, let me tell you about that.
Yeah.
So I write all the tunes and I write all the words.
Uh-huh.
I work hard at that, and in this case, I brought all the tunes and the words to a guy named Arthur Frost, who created digital music.
Oh, nice.
And I think you'll agree he really did it the right way.
He really did it the right
It's
way.
not just
Yeah.
a synthesizer.
Orchestral, I mean,
stuff.
it sounds
Yeah.
like real instruments. He's using real samples,
Yeah,
no
he samples
doubt.
from the British Symphony or
Philharmonic
something,
or something
really
like
classy.
that. Yeah.
And he was able to switch gears. That's something I always did, even in my rock band. Sometimes I call it skits rock. You know, would be
Schizophrenic rock, yeah.
would be doing a rock song, and then there'd be a croon style in the middle, and then
Yeah.
a calypso for the chorus.
Yeah.
I love different styles of music, and
I heard that
bring 'em in there.
transition in there, right?
Yeah, I got
there.
real slow
right
and
about
croony
halfway
near the-
through. Exactly. Yeah. Nice variety, nice texture, nice movement. It's really attention grabbing. I mean, I could see this being played in an art classroom, an elementary or middle school art classroom for sure, right? And
Yeah,
it
yeah,
definitely
like-
breaks down the process in a clear, concise way for young learners. Is that your intention for these things? Or
yes,
one of
it
them?
is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wonderful. So
I try to talk about everything I think is real important about art. Not just a step-by-step thing.
Right.
So they understand the concepts and they can create anything they want
like I mean,
based on that.
there's so many like mental hurdles and to even getting your feet wet in a new skill or a new art, right? So a lot of times it's overwhelming, for myself included, right? For drawing or painting or something, you the artist dilemma, right? You're staring at a blank canvas, and you have to make a physical motion to get started, but it's sometimes impossible for some folks, especially folks with ADHD like myself, who get the writer's block almost immediately off the bat because you're presented with limitless possibility and you have to start somewhere. So this is like the perfect kind of chunking, as they say in education, of breaking it down to an artist seeing an object, but not seeing the object, seeing the components or the
right?
shapes.
Yeah, sometimes
comprising
I'm
the
drawing
object.
somebody and they say, "Oh, I'm nervous. You're looking at me." I say, "I'm not looking at you. I'm just looking at the shapes on your face."
At the shapes underlying your face, right? So what shapes do you see? No, I'm
So
kidding.
I actually did a comedy skit about that blank paper thing you were talking about,
Uh-huh.
and sometimes people look at a blank paper and they're scared. They're
Yeah.
scared to draw.
Me
And
too, yeah.
Then I said, "Why are you scared? You afraid of ghosts?" And I had a little cartoon ghost fly in over the paper in superimposition.
Yeah. Wow. That I mean, that's just a great way to connect with a young mind or a young learner or a middle-aged learner like myself. What the heck?
Can I
mean,
mention another person involved in the music
Please, yeah,
creation?
please, yeah.
John Schwenk.
John Schwenk. Okay. What did he do?
He's a local sound engineer, and he recorded all my vocals. So it was a complicated situation. Right?
So
from the roughs, I had the idea of the vocals, and I got the music background tracks, and then I went into John Schwenk's studio in Willimantic and recorded the vocals.
Is he
which are tricky.
still in operation or?
Yeah, he is.
Where's his
It's a
studio?
small home studio. It's on Pleasant Street.
Oh wow!
And,
I had no idea.
He's got an amazing ear, and
Yeah.
he could really coach me on the fine points as I was doing it, which is a challenge to do it to a pre-recorded soundtrack.
Sure.
And
So from the conception of the idea for this video to you writing the script, writing the music, the collaboration between the sound engineers, the producers, and all that, how long did it take to produce this video or this series of videos?
I think I was a couple of years working
Wow,
on the
yeah.
whole series.
Yeah. And that's the 17 half-hour video series.
Yeah.
Like this is
Yeah.
obviously a 2-minute clip. Is this part of a larger work that was
Yep.
kind of
So in every half-hour episode, there's two music videos,
like mini?
and every
yeah.
song that you hear on the streaming services about art has a music video component hidden within those half-hour episodes, and a few of them are on my Art Edutainment YouTube channel as samples.
And Bill, do you have a supplemental website and socials that also have the Art Edutainment guy branding with it? How do people
no, I
find you or contact you? Talk about that. We haven't talked about that yet.
DougalArt.com.
DougalArt.com.
DougalArt.com is my main website, and that'll have links to all my other things.
And then what services are you available for? Obviously, your caricatures are a very popular thing at different community events. I've seen you many a places I mentioned. Like what are you available for if somebody from, I don't know, a municipality, town or something, or a local library or school or anything wants to reach out to you and inquire about your services?
Well, I've got a lot of options for that. I can do a lecture demo on caricatures. I can actually sing my book. So this book, Time for Art, corresponds to the songs. Every page in this book is a lyric of a song, and I can actually do a concert of this Time for Art CD series with some video background that's composed without any audio, so it lines up with what I'm singing.
Wow, so this is really a comprehensive thing. I mean, you could package this and have a part of an entire curriculum with this almost at this point,
Yeah, I'd love
right?
to see that as a
Yeah.
book and a curriculum.
So listen, we have to take a short break, but when we come back, I want to play a couple full tracks from your album, Songs About Art, and then we'll talk a little bit. We have a little more time for art. You see what I did there? Anyway, my guest is Bill Dougal. His YouTube is Art Edutainment Guy, and his website, again, Bill, is
DougalArt.com.
DougalArt.com. This is State of the Art with Chris Beaudry. We'll be right back after these messages. And welcome back to State of the Art with Chris Beaudry here on 95.3 FM, 1400 AM, WILI, good company. My guest today is a true, I guess words would be troubadour, a Renaissance man, a prolific artist, an educator, an edutainment guy. In fact, his YouTube is Art Edutainment Guy, and his website is DougalArt.com. And of course, it is Mr. Bill Dougal. We are talking about his album and supplemental book. I mean, what would you call this whole set of Songs About Art and Time for Art, the set? Can it be purchased as a set? How do people purchase this?
Well, not as a set. I call it the Time for Art Project.
Time for Art
Project.
Project.
And it involves the Songs About Art. You'd search on this streaming for Songs About Art by Bill Dougal. The videos about art on Amazon called Time for Art. My book, Time for Art, called Time for Art. And I could do a live concert of my songs about art.
So a super comprehensive thing. And I want to take a listen to one of the tracks off of Songs About Art now. What do we have queued up again, Matt?
Time for Art.
We have the title track, not the title track, Songs About Art. Time for Art is the first track on the album. So let's hear Time for Art by Mr. Bill Dougal.
Hey, hey, it's time for art. We'll sing its praises. Okay, it's time to start. Put on your braces. Whether you like to do it or you like to view it, you may not be in the know. And if you're a pro, let's review it. Terrific tips and techniques. They're tools in the artist's bag of tricks. What steps do the artists go through when they do what they do? When it comes from the heart, art always amazes. When it's time for art, we'll draw smiles on our faces. Michelangelo and old Van Gogh, and on to the avant-garde. You might get inspired. Come on, it's time for art. From drawing to painting, value, shape, and line. Realism, cubism, cartooning, play and graphic design. I say make time for art during your day. I know you've stuff to do, but art is important too. Hey, hey, it's time for art. We'll sing its praises. Okay, it's time to start. Put on your berets. It's always time for art.
And folks, you just heard Time for Art off the album Songs About Art Volume 1 by my guest Bill Dougal here in the studio today on State of the Art with Chris Beaudry. Fantastic again. The quality and the level at which these are produced, I mean, it's professional, to say the least. Like really professional. So very impressive, Bill. What's the future look like for you in your mind's eye? What are you trying to do in the coming year and the coming decade, let's say?
Well, I'm trying to get a streaming deal for this video series, and I do have a couple of irons in the fire in that regard.
What kind of platforms are you looking at? Because I mean, like Netflix is the big boys. It's probably really hard, if I had to imagine, for an independent art edutainment guy such as yourself to try to break into them. But there are some other more independent streaming services for art and educational content and whatnot. What are you shopping it around to? Have you?
Well, I'm not shopping individually to those places. There's a service that has me listed on their website, so content buyers can go there and find it. Believe it or not, I got a bite from Borneo.
Borneo.
Ooh, that must have hurt. They were thinking of it, and I did a new edit, taking out all the dogs and low cut shirts and things. But I don't know if that'll happen. But
what was the company in Borneo that reached out?
I don't know. It just went through this service agent.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know what it was.
Yeah. So expand on your future goals.
Yeah, so I'm trying to make more material just because I can.
Yeah.
Because I keep coming up with ideas, and I've got to work hard to pay them off. That's what I'm doing today. Today I'm going home and shooting three skits. One of them is about called Composition Rules, and the one character is the
is that a double entendre?
Oh, yeah.
Composition rules.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a king character, and he's a king of composition.
Okay.
And he's very dogmatic, and he's being interviewed by me on the Art Edutainment Guy show.
Yeah.
I don't really have a show.
Yeah.
I just have stuff up there, and so he's real dogmatic. And then at the end, I turn him around, and he makes some more artist-friendly set of rules.
Oh, very cool, very cool. Most of this seems to be solo. Like you're the writer, the actor, the director, right? You're all of the things. Do you collaborate? I mean, obviously you collaborate with your producers and your recording engineers and whatnot. But do you have any talent on camera or on the tracks with you? Any special guests or anything like that? Do you collaborate?
Well, Sasha Bajo was my presenter on that video series, and I've got actors here and there.
And who is this?
Well, she's sort of locally known, Sasha, but yeah.
What were her contributions?
She was the presenter. I would write things, and she would introduce each most of the bits, and I was the guy doing the demos and the music.
Nice.
And acting in some of the comedy skits, had other actors in the comedy skits. But basically, there's no other major contributors.
No other major characters involved? Or do you play other characters outside of... Are you playing yourself in these?
Usually, sometimes not.
Yeah.
I remember...
Like, is the art edutainment guy, would you consider that a character? Or just a kind of your brand? That's who you are, or?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Actually, when I made the series, I didn't think of the word art edutainment guy. All these time for art videos were, comedy skits, lectures, music.
Yeah.
But then when I thought I had to promote it, I created a new YouTube channel called Art Edutainment Guy, and. Yeah, I'm excited about creating this material. I'm coming up I'm free to do some really quirky humor things, and which is creative ways to present information. I did that with a few previous projects. I did a whole series about fish, not a series, a 1-hour video that had music videos and little lecture stuff also. So that's another case where I took factual material and presented it creatively. Another project I did was Mill Maid Serenade. I wrote songs about the thread mills. And
yeah.
And
there's plenty of available content historically around here that you can use for springboards to different pieces of yours. I would imagine the thread mill, the frogs, obviously the theme.
Yeah, I did a song about Charles Barrows, the inventor,
Yeah.
And William Barrows, the mill manager.
Wow.
And one about the graveyard, and I retold the.
So is there anything on display
frog
over at
thing.
the Mill Museum of yours? Or?
Yeah, I've got it as a CD and as a book at the Mill
Oh,
Museum.
very good. Nice.
And with that music, I actually took old 78s, instrumental 78s from the 20s and 30s, and fit my lyrics to them.
No kidding.
When that was a real challenge for John Schwenk
not
to process the 78
Yeah.
and my voice.
So not only is the content historical, like that you write, but like the actual base to the product, to the music, is a sample, historical sample.
Right.
Amazing.
It's not 1890s music, but it's old music anyway.
Yeah. So besides the Mill Museum, where can people find your book, Time for Art, Songs About Art? Not necessarily on your website, but is it like, do you have it on consignment, on sale in different music stores or shops, Bliss Marketplace, anywhere, Willamette Records, anything like that? Or
It's at Swiftwater's.
Swiftwater's Artisan Collective here on Main Street in Willamette. Awesome.
Yes.
All right, great. And then on your website, can people order? You said a lot of things are on Amazon, the physical products as well as the digital, or?
Yeah, the book is on Amazon. Videos are on Amazon. I don't think the music is on Amazon unless Amazon has a streaming service, because I'm on all of those. And
Very cool. Well, we have time for one more song, and I believe you have another song queued up there, J. Matt. What song we got?
Art is Universal.
Art is Universal. So let's take a listen. This is Art is Universal off of Songs About Art Volume 1 by my guest, Bill Dougal.
Art is universal, art is wonderful. With art, life is never dull, art is delightful. It has a general appeal, a joy for you and me. Art is the real deal, ingenuity you can see. Celebration of nature's power and beauty. Pictures like a flower or a kitty that's a cutie. Concepts interesting or challenging. A story where something is happening. A break from their day to make them feel better. Design elements like composition, etc. Connections to the emotions the artist expressed. What's your reason to be an art enthusiast? I can't help but gush over brush painting in China and colorful patterns on trendy cloth in Ghana. Each tribe has different styles of textiles in Paraguay. I like art of Vikings and adore monk from Norway. I giggle at Celtic schnapps up in Ireland. Check out a shield of wicker from the Solomon Islands. I love decorations on buildings in Yemen. I wonder what art is like for an outer spaceman. Art, art of thee I sing, creativity's the king. Art, art is pretty cool, learn on your own or learn in school. Art is for me and you and the folks next door. Tim in Timbuktu and Ping in Singapore. Hayden in sunny Senegal, Raymond in rainy Spain. Portia in the hearts of Portugal, Luca in Ukraine. Art is universal, art is wonderful. With art, life is never dull, art is delightful.
Wow, okay. Art is Universal off of the album Songs About Art, Volume 1 by Bill Dougal. There's a Volume 2.
yes, there is.
Is there a Volume 3?
Not yet.
Is there a Volume 3 in the works?
No.
No, not yet. Oh, man. I mean, it's such a monumental accomplishment and a time-consuming one to put out, again, a product of this caliber. It's really a great caliber and very professional. I mean, everything's professional. We talked while the song was playing about how you did the indie thing and used CD Baby to produce physical discs. We were talking about how, radio stations, especially college stations, they still use the CD as their main medium in most cases. I worked for a label, and we would actually mail out 300-400 albums to different college stations. It was a jazz label, so they had a lot of, like here we have Art Ravazzo on WECS. Do you know Art? So there's, I mean, and it's ECSU is an early childhood education institution, really. I mean, that's what a lot of what it's known for. So this kind of fits right in with you being in the community and Eastern. And are you going to be with us again at the Willimantic Third Thursday Street Festival 2026 season?
Yeah, I'll do a couple of dates anyway.
Awesome. So, folks, again, my guest, Bill Dougal. He's a visual artist, a musical artist, a writer, an independent producer.
I am a visual artist. You can see me, right?
You're visual, and
So
you're
you're very
physical
visual,
too. You're a
too.
physical artist. You're here.
Hey, man, I can see you. You're visual, too.
And we have been talking all about his entire book of work, Songs About Art, and then the book, Time for Art. Where did it go? Time for Art, and I want to recap everything. So you can find Bill on YouTube. His channel name is Art Edutainment Guy. You can find him on his website, which is dougalarts.com. You can find him all around Willimantic. He is on consignment with a lot of his products at the Swiftwaters Artisan Collective on Main Street in Willimantic, and also at the Mill Museum on Main Street in Willimantic. Any last parting thoughts here, Bill, about what you want the folks to know out there about you, about what you do, about where you'll be? Do you have any gigs coming up in the end of 2025 or 2026 coming up?
No gigs, but I think you have time to order a custom caricature for a Christmas gift.
Oh, great idea.
I tell the rest of the world it's too late to mail it, but you're local. You know we can meet, or you can get a digital copy.
So how would that whole process go down from an inquiry to a product and then getting it in somebody's hands for Christmas? Or whenever?
My website, dougalart.com, has a page about shopping for caricatures, and link to a caricaturedrawing.net for more fuller information on that. And you can order online, or you could email me.
Yeah, and again, the caricatures. I mean, we showed. I'm going to hold it up again one last time here, but Wayno, the great Wayne Norman here in the studio. It looks like WILI, right? I see the poster in the back and all of the broadcast equipment and the rack in the back there, and of course he's wearing his Yukon shirt, right? Because Wayno is Yukon Sports. And recognizing 50 years at WILI. Was this a commission work, or did you just do this and present it as a gift?
Well, it was commissioned by the Northeast Chamber of Commerce to give to him.
Fantastic. All right. Well, so cool. Well, thank you so much for being here, Bill.
Thank you.
Your product here it's really I would say even groundbreaking. For I hope it gets picked up by schools, by libraries. I hope people use it and consume it and get thinking about art is for everybody, right? Like you don't have to have that artist block, that writer's block. You just have to kind of start. And
right.
Giving people the tools to start is such an important thing. Like just breaking things down into shapes, right? And you have somebody with a head, that's an oval. I mean, like chunking it, again, is an educational word. Give us a sentence or two parting thoughts.
Well, one of my songs is You Can Draw, so it's inspirational. Some of these songs are about specific techniques like painting or drawing. Some are inspirational, like with messages like be creative. And that universal one was about diversity. So I try to cover all the bases, including the elements and principles of art.
Very comprehensive. I mean, like this is like you're covering things that people who study pedagogy and curriculum do all the time. So, but it's fun, and you're making it accessible. So I commend you. I applaud you, and thank you for being a member of our community, so invested and just continually putting out your beautiful art. And thank you for being on State of the Art today, Bill. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
All right. Cheers, man.
Righto.
All right. Bill Dougal, everybody. dougalart.com. Check him out. It looks like, are you leaving this for me? You the man. All right. So I got myself a copy of Time for Art and Songs About Art now. We have a few minutes here, and I just wanted to talk about a few wonderful things going on around the community. The Christmas Wyndham Willimantic Cares Toy and Food Drive, I believe, is still happening, although deliveries are, I believe, in process of going out. But if you go to the Wyndham Town Hall website, wyndhamct.org, is it? Let's see. You can find out more information, Wyndham CT. is wyndhamct.gov, excuse me. And you can find out more about the Wyndham Willimantic Cares. They deliver so many toys to children in need in our community and just bring holiday and seasonal joy to folks who may be in need at this time. I know there are lots out there, so we do have a toy box at the River Room, and of course they're all over town. Willie Brew, I know, has one, and multiple other locations. So if you see those toy boxes, folks, try to, new unwrapped toy. I believe 14 is the age cutoff, but anything you can contribute there. Also, the Covenant Soup Kitchen, always in constant need of donations, both financial and non-perishable canned or boxed food items. So make sure you think of them this holiday season as well. The final bread box performance is this Sunday, December 14th. It's Amy Gallatin and the Hot Flashes Christmas concert. And then, of course, this Saturday, December 13th, it's the big one, folks, at Jorgensen Center for the Performing Arts. It is David Lefty Foster and the Shaboo All-Stars. They're going to be doing their annual Christmas fundraiser for the Covenant Soup Kitchen, but also for the Yukon Food Pantry. Even though students may be enrolled and housed at Yukon, that doesn't mean that they're not in need, financial or food needs. So Yukon has its own pantry, and the Shaboo All-Stars are going to be supporting these two wonderful charities. It's a matinee performance, too, so you could make a whole day of all kinds of fun activities. Go to the Shaboo All-Stars at Jorgensen during the day, and then come and do some dance moves at the River Room for our second Latin dance social with Bente 2 live band led by Arnaldo Rivera and dance instruction by Oswaldo Tirano. Folks, I think our time has come to an end. I want to thank Mr. Dougal for joining us. I want to thank J. Matt Rupar for holding down the tech of the show and almost every other show here on WILI. And again, check out his show, Homegrown, Fridays 4:05 and Saturdays on I-98.3 at midnight. And I think you mentioned you played some Bill Dougal on your show recently as well, huh?
I played drawing the other week.
That's awesome, man. So I made a joke. Was it sandwiched between some like metal and some indie?
Probably maybe some jazz.
Maybe
too,
some jazz in there too? Nice, excellent, man. Yeah, nothing off the table on your show, right? As long as
Nothing
it's
at
made
all.
here in Connecticut.
Even if it's got swears in it, I can edit it.
Hey,
Yeah,
all right,
there you
man.
go.
So if you've got a band or if you've got some music that you want to share with the world, definitely reach out to J. Matt Rupar. How do they get in touch with you about that?
Email me at matt.rupar@gmail.com.
You heard it here first, folks. Well, no, you probably heard it on Matt's show. Anyway, this is Chris Beaudry. This is State of the Art with Chris Beaudry. I hope to see you at the River Room, our website, riverroomwillie.com. We only have a few shows left in 2025. We only have a little time left in 2025. I hope you're staying warm out there. I hope you're having a great holiday season, and I hope to see you back here next week, 3 to 4 o'clock. Every week, every Tuesday, WILI 95.3 FM, 1400 AM. Chris Beaudry signing off. Take care.